Hey, Rafa here, the old man on the Code Decoded Network. Tonight's podcast is going to cover a lot of points, and it's on a timeline. And you'll see the timeline behind me. And basically, it's about where we feel that timeline is finally going to be used as a way to explain through history, which is basically what that image will be. And we'll be able to address that timeline in a way that is very pertinent and very necessary, I believe, right? So normally, the only vibe I'd like you guys to have tonight, as you hear the music in the background, is that it's music that I grew up with listening since his era, early boomers, okay?
You recording?
Yeah, come in, I'm recording no, it's all right. How's it going? You know who this is, right, everyone?
Oh my god. Where'd you put my cards and cigarettes?
I read in the, but anyways, I'll get back to this show right now. As you all know, it's always in real time, so whatever happens, you'll be seeing exactly what happens right here on the show. So, back to the timeline. We're going to focus on this timeline tonight so I can give you guys a way to take it in, and we'll do it together. So, and the music, as I was saying, it's the soundtrack. I've been saying much about, defending Western civilization, and I've backed up and keep insisting that the US of A is worth fighting for. And even though this LGBTQIA plus movement, where it is, thank you, Cora. Good night. You're welcome. So, yeah, it's relevant, guys. And I figured if I can't just put it out there, I've kept saying to everyone, the only thing I can give you my word on is that I'll tell you the truth. So help me God. And it's relevant because I'm going to piss off a lot of people. Okay, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. As you look at that timeline, as you soak it in, seriously, start from the left, go to the right, and start soaking it in. All right? I'll be in the background because I'm going to basically let that image come up front, and we'll take it from there. So I think you'll get the points that matter. So yes, I'll give a trigger warning. I'm sure I've been saying, giving our understanding of the non-binary, understanding our own. Again, I've never denied I'm a guy, right? And although that's unspeakable now, maybe unforgivable to our community, I don't think Gen Zers or Gen Alphas have caught up. Millennials have a better idea, I think, as far as where they're at in life. Because there is the thing as a generation, and since I've told everyone from the beginning that I am from that, Generation X, all right? And the boomers, that whole section, and it was a remarkable period in history. So, although I'm not an authority on any of these subjects, to be frank, and I've said that jokingly and nonchalantly, not realizing that I don't want to give the impression of how much I understand knowledge is worth. Profoundly expensive. You all know the big battle with, with artificial intelligence, generation, intelligence. And it's relevant too because this timeline is going to let you really begin to see where everyone is guilty That's really the only way to put it. It is going to be like self-realization, and that's part of, when I advocate for just, if I could have had a word when God handed Moses the Ten Commandments, I would have said again, because I have brought up religions, I've brought up issues of religion, I've brought up issues of philosophy and the way I approach this whole thing, right? Living in a day and age where a philosopher is useless, in the hands of AI. Because that's not their game. These are, but yet I see the panic in every facet of multimedia, on YouTube especially, as everyone knows. Yes, YouTube is a remarkable service, and I am grateful to everyone who brought it to this point. I know they must think that we've basically thrown off the world off kilter. No, for those that understand that here on earth we're trying to learn. I mean, I'm 66 and still learning. I've made so many mistakes. And I say that because that's the only way to proceed forward. I really want support. I need that support. This idea and if you really don't want me, destroy me. And I know that sounds dramatic, but everyone knows here how quickly anything on YouTube will disappear from one day to the next. No continuity. My generation grew up with everything measured. To be honest. It wasn't multidimensional, multicultural. It was nothing other than the culmination of Western civilization. Here in the US of A, everyone here to some degree or another knows enough history to see this image and go, ah. So I'm saying when I said earlier, we're all guilty as human beings regardless of what country or what history we have. And I bring this up also as we look at this image, how I fit it, and why I'm here trying to reach everyone I can about this subject matter. I was the most fortunate hyphenated American. I'll put it that way. All right? For those that have forgotten what an American is or what an American is not, and I know we run the gamut from A to Z and it all goes one way or the other, but nothing in the middle. And I do believe, personally, as an old man, I have something to offer my generation, no, everyone. I have the utmost of respect for legacy, which is a word that seems to trigger many people now. But legacy is no different than tradition, no different than one's belief, no difference than one's dogma. The only thing I've tried to stress is that once you stop at absolute, just read the definition out. Yeah, use ChatGPT, which I'll also jump on that time because I think it is important. So as you see, my brain goes left and right, and I'm not ashamed. I didn't take advantage of what we still have as the school system in this country. Everyone has been bitching and moaning how it needs this and needs that. There's no question. So if you can, bear with me, because I could use AI to organize my mind and spit out whatever it comes up with as a synopsis or conclusion or an absolute. On that note, yes, AI is not an absolute because until we decide not to join with AI and use all the platforms from ChatGPT 1 to whatever, get your hands on it. Don't make it an excuse to say it's going to destroy everyone. Seriously. Because it is about emotions. I love music. And anyone who's following some of the series I'm doing in A4 A440 would know. Yes, there's something about music, and because I'm still lucky to be here at this age, right? And because I did assimilate into the American culture that isn't getting a fair shot right now. honestly, I know that may sound simplistic and simple, very much naive or ignorant, but I don't think so. Right now, more than ever, every hyphenated American that exists and is aware of that term, whether you be Cuban, props to Cuba, whether you be Spain, whether you be Greece, whether you be Mexico, I think everyone might be able to agree that it seems that we've triggered ourselves out of the English language. And any combination of words seems that could be read in whatever one's truth is. And I think everyone heard that correct. Yes, I said that because it seems everyone talks about echo chambers. Those are not echo chambers. Think. Seriously, think. It's within. Everyone seems to be locked in some facet of existence. Everyone seems to tell everyone that, well, here are the answers. The church tried. Moses tried. Did he not? When he went down there, wasn't he a pretty pissed off camper? He was not a happy boy. He came down and said, hey, no, here's the 10. Deal with it. Live by all of them, please. And it's irrelevant. You know, when you look at bigger things like what's happening with Russia, what's happening with China, you know, these are just hypotheses that I share with you, but hypotheses they are. And if you have a brain, like I've said, and I know it comes off like a nasty man, but don't fear general AI. That's the only thing I would say on behalf of the Code Decoded Network and the let me correct that. The non-straight movement, the LGBTQIA plus community. And although I've bashed it internally by daring the audacity to offer an option, because that's all it is. It has nothing to do with binary. That's quantum. There could be so many realities right now, so many possibilities. And because of my honor for Western Civ, and I mean it with all sincerity, with all hearts, part of what I want to do is let you guys know what it means for a hyphenated Mexican American and what his experience was here in the US of A. If I can't offer these words for this country, I would be the most ungrateful human being. I have nothing to win by saying these words, most to lose by those who don't get them. But I pray to whomever God you insist that he or she is, that you take this moment as seriously as you can.
I know that I'm making it. I gotta get mine and nobody's taking it away. No, cause Hammer don't play that. You try to get mine, boy, you better step back, freeze. Cause you don't want none. I hustle for my muscle and you look weak, son. Yeah, I'm going for all that I can get. Kicking it at the top because I'm too legit to quit saying.